of the global economic slowdown. The president was addressing business leaders at the BRICS Business Forum in the Chinese coastal city of XIAMEN. China and India are the largest and the fastest growing economies in the BRICS grouping. However, in recent years, the other three member countries, that's Brazil, Russia and South Africa, have been experiencing slow growth. This has been attributed largely to the external factors such as a weak global trade, a decline in commodity prices and tightening of global financial conditions.
In a hall full of captains of industry and leading business figures, the message to scale up trade among the BRICS countries became the central theme. President Zuma, who will assume the chair of the bloc, called for increased trade among the grouping. The five-member grouping also accounts for 23% of global trade.
We look forward to seeing progress in the funding of infrastructure investment in energy, transport, water and other productive sectors which currently impedes our competitiveness in the broader global landscape.
Trade and economic cooperation are what the host country is also driving. Credited with setting up a development bank and working out a new ratings agency, BRICS members feel their impact is reaching beyond its borders. China also credits BRICS for helping stabilize the global economy.
The philosophy of BRICS cooperation has gained growing appreciation and endorsement and has become a positive energy in the international community. All this is what the BRICS spirit is about.
While business and meetings between leaders dominated the first day, the next 2 days will deal with a range of issues which will address the geopolitical challenges of the globe. BRICS countries pride themselves of having made substantial progress in the past 10 years. They cite the setting up of the new development bank as an example. They are now setting their eyes on the next 10 years for further milestones. Mzwandile Mbeje, SABC News, XIAMEN, China.
Officially as BRIC, after a meeting by foreign ministers from 4 countries, namely Brazil, Russia, India and China in 2006. The bloc grew further with the inclusion of South Africa in 2010, which saw it being transformed into BRICS. It now serves as a multilateral cooperation mechanism which plays a major role concerning world politics, economy and security issues.
BRICS has now a think tank forum, an academic forum, a media forum, there is a cultural forum, there is an NGO forum for the BRICS. So it is kind of broad basing. So this is one achievement it has. I would say the most important achievement is the NDB.
China's leading role has strengthened the association's relations. As a major economic and political force in the world, China always prepares itself to shoulder responsibilities while providing practical Chinese solutions. Moreover, China adheres to multilateralism and objects protectionism, which help gain more say for the BRICS countries in terms of international affairs.
China had adopted multilateralism. China had adopted multipolarity, which are closer to the BRICS formation. China had adopted the idea that free trade areas, etc., should be expanded, and countering trade protectionism of the Western countries. China had also adopted the climate change proposals. These are things which are closer to the BRICS formation as well.
Contrary to the ever-growing global influence BRICS, the European Union is going through the most difficult period in its history. This as Britain, which is the second biggest economy on the bloc, breaks away from the group after a referendum in 2016. The future of countries like Portugal, Greece and Spain also remain uncertain as members of the EU.
Bluntly, I think it looked a bit silly because there plainly were things that we've achieved, but the Commission puts itself in a silly position if it says there's nothing been done when these really important things, we put people before process. What they're in danger of doing is putting process before people.
Davis says it's likely Britain will continue to pay some money into the EU budget after Brexit, but that the sums will not be large over the medium to long term. On Thursday, British lawmakers will hold their first full parliamentary debate on legislation dubbed the Great Repeal Bill, which will sever the country's ties with the European Union.